Hey everybody, I'm Kenny, and this is my tutorial on how to beat Super E.D.F's Stage 4 boss on hard mode without taking any damage. Stage 4 is a significant difficulty spike, especially on hard mode, so it's very likely you'll end up arriving at this boss with only one shield left. And this boss fires its little laser turret ships twice as often on hard as it does on normal, so it can be really hard to deal with, so having a consistent strategy can be really helpful to get through this stage in one piece. Here we're seeing the boss fight at full speed, but we're going to go back through in slow motion and review everything that went on here, all the maneuvering and stuff. So immediately when this fight starts, we want to get to the left side of the screen. That gives us maximum time and distance to deal with this first spark attack. Now when he fires that first spark attack, he starts moving at that point, and that's when he becomes vulnerable. We're going to maneuver intentionally to the bottom right, maneuver through the second spark attack, and be at the bottom right for when this first turret ship spawns. Now, it's really important to understand how these turret ships work. When they spawn, they always spawn at the center of the boss, and they always head in a straight line towards where your ship was at the time that they spawn. Doesn't curve, doesn't adjust course or anything, it goes in a straight line. Same with their lasers. Their lasers start where their ship is, and they aim towards where your ship was when the laser fires. Goes in a straight line. So because we're at the bottom right, this first turret ship is going to go straight down and off the screen, only firing 3 lasers. We're going to edge our way left to avoid those lasers and the lasers from the second turret. We're going to be around the bottom left corner at the time that the third turret spawns, and at that point another spark attack is also going to start, but as long as we edge up slowly, we will easily be able to maneuver between one of the sparks and the second laser from that third laser turret. Now the fourth laser turret we want to pay really close attention to. We want to count. We got 1, 2, and on the third laser that it fires, we're going to be maneuvering towards the right, and we're actually going to be dangerously heading directly towards the fifth turret, but we're going to veer downwards and weave right between the two. And there's plenty of time to do that, as long as you pay very close attention and remember to count 3 lasers on that fourth turret. That's your cue to maneuver around and down. Now, we're going to hang out of the center of the screen here and edge left slowly. We want to make sure that that last laser from the fifth turret fires at an angle so that we're going to have plenty of wiggle room in this bottom left corner to deal with that laser, plus the spark attack, plus the lasers from the next turret. And now we're going to edge our way towards the top left of the screen, and then slowly towards the top center. We want to be at the top center of the screen when this spark attack is getting really close to us. And now what we want to try to do is we're going to wait for right about when this last turret is going to fire another laser, and we're going to veer down. Now, we wanted to make sure that we edged slowly enough across the screen so that we are strictly to the left of the boss. We don't want to risk colliding with the boss, and we don't want to have to maneuver down into the left to avoid colliding with the boss, which we would have to do if we were too far to the top right. If you're going down to the left, you're kind of moving in a straight line directly with that last turret, so that can be kind of dangerous. But here we're moving straight down and around to avoid one last laser. I honestly moved a lot more loosely than I had to there. And now the hardest part is over. We can just line up and deal some extra damage with our main gun. Now, I actually paused it a little late here. You'll notice that it lined up this other set of turrets, but they don't move. So they got to fire 1 laser. If you take a little longer to kill this phase of the boss, then they'll fire off 2 more lasers, but again, the turrets aren't moving, so they're actually really easy to dodge, those lasers. But at that point, you're going to deal enough damage where that phase of the boss is going to be done. It's going to go into its second phase, which is generally easier to deal with. So it's going to be at the bottom right of the screen, most likely, and it's going to work its way up, and it's going to fire its first wave attack as it reaches the top, but it's going to actually be low enough that you can dodge above the first wave attack, and then you can leisurely follow it down and just easily dodge the second wave attack by going below it. Now it's going to start firing another spark attack at you, and in this phase it fires pairs of sparks, and the first set is actually 8 pairs, so it's kind of a lot. So what you want to do is edge your way up the screen kind of slowly so that you can easily keep dodging these predictably, but you also want to keep track of how many there are, because once we see that 8th pair of sparks come out, we want to start making our way towards the center of the screen and there's going to be 2 wave attacks here. We want to immediately start moving down so that we can weave after that second wave attack, but before the next pair of sparks. You can actually see it already spawned. There's kind of a tight window here, but as long as you know what to look for, it's after that 8th pair of sparks in the first volley, you can get through this very easily. Now, at this point, you basically just can lay back and leisurely dodge everything. There's going to be the wave attacks, so just don't be directly in line with it. And then there's going to be 3 pairs of sparks and another 3 pairs, but you'll see he didn't even get that entire 3 pairs off because he's already dead. So that's how we deal with this boss. So let's look at it again in review. So we set up on the left, dodge through to the bottom right, wait there for the first turret, edge left, then edge up. 1, 2, 3 lasers, go down through. Edge left, go up, edge to the right towards the center, wait for a laser, go down, and now we're pretty much home free. Just lay on the damage, get through that phase, stay up, avoid up, dodge down, edge up. There's the 8th one, we dodge through. And then we just leisurely dodge the rest, and we're done. So that's how you deal with the 4th boss on hard mode. Hope that was informative. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your own hard mode runs.